My father once said to me, if you're afraid to jump, how will you ever know if you can fly? Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another video here at Benham Media. My name is Nathan and it's an absolute joy to see all of you here today. Thank you so much for clicking on that thumbnail. So, a quick story. When I was 14 years old, I fell in love for the very first time and I was so overwhelmed with the feelings for this girl. Her name was Lisa, we were in secondary school and she was my best mate's new girlfriend's best friend, and she was the most beautiful woman I have ever seen in my entire life. But being a nerdy 14-year-old, I didn't quite understand how I could approach her and tell her my feelings. One afternoon, we were at my mum's house waiting for my best friend and his girlfriend, her friend, to come round, and we were going to go to the cinema. As we were watching TV, we were laughing, we were joking, and we were talking about all the similar interests that we had. And there was a moment that I felt that when we looked at each other, that I could come over, give her a kiss, and all of a sudden our entire lives would be planned out in front of us. We would both fall in love, we would get married, we'd have loads of children and have a wonderful, wonderful life. And in that moment, I bottled it. I stared her right in the eye and I said, would you like some toast? She looked at me very confused and she went, yeah, okay. And I got up and I made her some toast. That evening, I was extremely awkward, I was extremely let down, and I was kicking myself that I didn't take the opportunity. The next time I saw her was in 2 days' time, and she had this really exciting news that she wanted to tell one of her closest friends. And I was like, okay, yeah, I've also got something I want to tell you, because I decided that I was going to tell her my feelings. But being a gentleman, I let her tell me her news first. And her news was that she met an incredible guy and they are now dating, and my heart sank. My heart sank because if I had the courage to kiss her, if I had the courage and the I don't know, like the guts, because I was so afraid of rejection, I was so afraid of hurting her feelings, I was so afraid of what would happen if I read the signal wrong, that, you know, my entire life would come crashing down. But in a couple of days' time, it did. It did come crashing down and I was heartbroken, and I became the fifth wheel with my best friend, his girlfriend, the woman of my dreams, and her new boyfriend. Which was really annoying because he was a really nice guy as well. Now, when I told my dad this story, he told me those words. He said, if you are afraid to jump, then how are you going to know if you're going to fly? Now, this is a situation that I have taken into my life going forwards. I've always, since that day, taken a risk. Yes, every now and then the risk has paid off and it's been a fantastic risk, and every now and then it has not paid off and all of a sudden I've come crashing down and I'm either out of pocket or I'm heartbroken or any other sort of situation. But I took that risk. I took an opportunity in my own ability, in my own feelings, and I took that risk. An example where it didn't work is that I quit my job to do another job working for a group of people who ran a VIP nightclub in Soho in London, and it would have been a career-changing job. Unknowns to me that these people weren't very, very nice. They disappeared, the club closed down, and I was out of pocket. But also, I took a risk and I asked Phoenix out on a date. I didn't know if she was interested. I didn't know if she was looking to meet somebody new after a very intense relationship that she'd just gotten out of. But she said yes. And we had a fantastic date. And 8 years later, we are a couple soon to be married. And we have a wonderful family and a wonderful life together. So that was a risk that I took. But I have done. Since the age of 14, I have taken these risks. I have always tried to calculate what would happen if I took the risk. If it was too much of a risk, I would not take it. But if it didn't sort of damage anybody else, or it wouldn't put too much pressure on myself, I would take the jump. And 9 times out of 10, I have flown. And I want to sort of give that to you. I want to sort of like give that sort of information to you, because that is what this video is about. I have taken a risk this week and I have decided to enter the competition of the Edit Fest by Film Supply. Now, for those of you who don't quite know what Edit Fest is or what Film Supply is either, let me just sort of explain. First off, Film Supply is a video clip sort of website agency. You see a lot of YouTubers advertise things. You've got Storyblocks and Evago, and Film Supply are another one of these. Is that if you can't go out and shoot an exterior of a pub or a big sort of like bunch of horses roaming across the American highlands, then you can buy licensed footage to put into your projects, and Film Supply is one of them. But every year they do a competition. They do an editorial competition where editors, filmmakers, or anybody who is willing to give it a go can actually create a 60-minute video, with the categories being an advert, a credits, titles, or a film trailer, and then you can enter it into a competition. This competition is open to the public, but there are also professional industry people who will also look at your project, sort of review it, and then hopefully if you become a finalist or if you even win, you get some sensational prizes and feedback on your particular sort of project. The prizes are in the excess of £50,000. Some of that is cash, some of that is goodies, sort of tech gear, sort of software, and I think there's also an opportunity to attend the Raindance Film Festival, which again is a sensational opportunity. This runs every single year and I have seen it quite often, but this year I have decided to give it a crack and I made a film trailer. If you are a subscriber, you may have seen it midway through the week, but I will leave a link up here somewhere, so if you haven't seen it, please give it a look. And yeah, as a photographer, I am extremely confident in my abilities. I know exactly how to work my camera, I know what my shutter speeds are, I know what my ISO are, I know how to take what I would class a good photograph. As an actor, I am extremely confident in my ability to sort of give you the best performance that the script, that the emotions can give you. But as a filmmaker, I am still in the early stages of my confidence. I have attempted to sort of make a sort of makeshift advert after watching a Peter McKinnon video, and I think it turned out pretty well. I am also in the process of writing and sort of like doing a one-man movie, more on that in later videos. But I decided to take the plunge. I decided to jump and, you know, see if I can at least flutter, if not fly, in this scenario. So I made a movie trailer. I made a movie trailer using their stock video, putting myself into it and putting myself out there. Can I win? I think I've got as good as an opportunity than anybody else who could potentially enter the competition. My trailer looks pretty good. The people who I've shown it to have already given me some decent feedback saying, you know, it looks like a really good movie. So yeah, like it does what it says on the tin. It is a movie trailer and we would like to see what the movie is. So, me personally, do I think I can probably get any further than the opening stages? Yes and no. I think what I've produced is good, but quite frankly, this is quite a big competition and I can imagine there are some serious people who are going to enter it who will potentially get further than me. But for me, as a filmmaker, as a photographer, as somebody who wants to work in the entertainment industry full time, this is a risk that I'm willing to take. This is a potential risk that whoever sees my trailer will eventually sort of like go, oh, that was pretty good. We'll put it to one side and then maybe in the future they will see me in something else, or they will recognize my name, Benham Media, Nathan Benham, somewhere else and go, actually, hold on. I've seen that face somewhere before, and it could mold and sort of go into something new. And that is what my overall goal is. I'm not in it to win it. As much as I would love to win this competition, I would love to have the opportunity to sit there and go, I am an award-winning editor or filmmaker. But for me, it is the experience. It's the fact that I've taken the opportunity to put myself out there. If they even turn around and go, do you know what, Nathan, good effort, but it wasn't what we were looking for, at least I tried. Because the only other option is not to try. Because that's the safe option. For me to sit here in my studio and go, do you know what? I'm not going to do it this year. I'm going to leave it and do it again next year and go, I'm going to leave it again. And how long does that continue? How long does that go on for until eventually I'm sitting in my armchair at the age of 75 going, where did my career go? Why didn't I have a career? I didn't have a career because I didn't try. And that's it. I've tried. Will I succeed? Only time will tell. But yeah, that is the end and end all for this video. It is a sort of, guys, don't just sit there and expect something to happen. If you want something, you should definitely go for it. Because quite frankly, we could all fly. It just takes a little bit of fairy dust and some happy thoughts. And I want each and every one of you to have the opportunity to fly. But of course, if you are going to take risks, make sure that you're taking them for the right reasons. And yeah, never ever be afraid to jump. Because the word no doesn't hurt you. It just gives you an opportunity to become stronger. If you don't take anything else away from this video, take away the fact that you are capable of doing anything you set your mind to. No matter how big the heights, no matter how many people are behind you saying you can't do it. Give it a go. If you've got any questions, quotes or comments, please hit me up just down here. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help out the channel. And guys, I hope you enjoyed the trailer. Link just down here. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.